standing well. Always like to give my legs a little shake out, have a little bit of dancey hips, you know, roll or swim out those shoulders. So I think it's a good idea to kind of embody the first position, but not in that very harsh, structured, rigid state. It's never good for the body to be feeling stiff, is it? It's not a great feeling to feel stiff. So loosen off. Take a lovely breath in, release the breath out, and then find that you're standing ready to bring awareness to the shoulder girdle and to the muscles through the arms. I'm going to float the arms out, and remember they can come a little in front of your body, or they can be in that T shape, and you can explore this. You can bring them to the front, to the T, and to the back, and just sense again, where is that kind of midline, that centered area of the head of the armband. And then rotate the palms up and soften the elbows and rotate the palms down and back. And then we'll do that repeatedly for 20 actions. So let's start now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. You're breathing. And 9 and 10. Now you're rolling in and rolling out. So that's internal and external rotation. So around about 15, 18, 19, and 20. It's lovely. And now just making small circles. So I've got my palms down. I'm going to inhale, exhale, and I'm rotating backwards for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Going to pause, lengthen. Rotate palms up, and then small circles forward for 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And breathe. We're going to repeat those 2 again. So we're going internal rolling, external for 1, 2, 3, 4. Spread the fingers. 9, 10, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pause, palms down, rotate back. 1, 2, 3, 4. And these are quite small, but you could make them larger if that range is better for you. And remember that we're just keeping steady in the framework. So try not to find that you lock out your legs, but you just bring your awareness to the center muscles of the trunk. When you've completed 20 with palms down, rotating backwards, you're going to rotate the palms up. Remember to have that lovely sense of smile across the collarbones, relax the jaw, crown lengthens, and we're going forward for 20. So it doesn't take long to create lovely tonality in the muscles of the arm. So you should start to feel the muscles really hugging in. Just have a big smile. Don't worry too much if you've lost count. Maybe just add another 5 or 6. And then reach out again like a T. And I'm going to push the arms down to kind of a low V and just shim out the shoulders again, shim out the legs. I'm going to press down firmly for 10. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Rotate palms up, bring them to a Y shape or a high V, and pulse up. 10, 9, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Come out to the T, rotate palms back. Inhale, exhale, and pulse back. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And then draw down and back. Roll the shoulders off of the chest. Stay in neutral spine. And perhaps as you press back, you stay here, or then you hook thumbs and draw back, and we'll stay just for a few breaths into that lovely arm position that in yoga we call chest expander. And as you do that action, and you offer that action to yourself, let's notice the head and neck. So no turkey necks, no turtle necks. Just draw the chin in, crown lengthens, breathe and feel. So these type of sort of held stretches or releases as you find the action of the knuckles drawing down to the tail or back away from the body. They need to be held softly, so not in a forceful way and not straining. One more round of breath here. And then check your feet, please. Make sure that the feet are very well grounded. And as you bend your knees, you can remain upright or bend knees. Tip forward into a 45-degree angle. And then press back. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And then bend the arms at the elbows so that it's almost like that skiing, as if you're holding on to 2 ski poles. Squeeze through the inner knees. Remember, if you need to stand so that your back is in neutral, I don't want any of you to be here and rounding and hunching and also hanging the head. So can you please take care of your alignment? I'm demonstrating that now for you. Yes, so long crown from tail, hugging up through the ribs. We're going back for 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm going to do 10 plus 10. 9. And 10. Hold steady. Breathe and refresh your stance. And go again for 10. 9. I'm making a small fist to create resistance through the air. And that's about 5. 4, squeeze. 3, 2, and 1. And then release the arms down so that they are just draping and dangling. And if you need to give yourself a little curl and roll a little and shake out the head and neck, please do so. But then remember, you can also stand with this one. We're going to be creating those arm openings, or what Pilates sometimes calls hug a tree. I'm going to go back into that quarter tilt. Arms below shoulders, wrists below. Remember the precise methodology of Pilates. And then bring the arms out wide and then curl as if hugging a tree. And you can also bend the elbows and bring them back. So there's 2 versions here. I'm going to do the long arm version. Inhale, exhale, squeeze. For 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, and 3. Squeeze 2 and 1. And then hold the arms up and pulse for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 4, 3, 2, 1. Rise to stand. And then spread the fingers, release, give yourself a little swim, and then bring the palms together or lightly interlace, and draw an infinity symbol in front of you. So remember, that's like a sideways figure of 8. And you can even follow the hands with your gaze so that you start to integrate a flowing whole body motion. You can see that I'm just trying to also bend the knees. So you can offer that to yourself just with a kind of steady Pilates stance, or you can flow around yourself, because fluid motion and flowing actions, when the whole body musculature and the cells and the breath gets through to stuck spaces, that is much better for the body as well. You know, well, I won't say it's much better. What I would say is we need a good measure of both. We need fluid power. And then ceasing, take a breath. Allow a breath to infuse your body, to inspire. That is what breath in is. It's inspiration. And then exhale away. And then gently hold the wrists, the forearms, or the elbows. You can explore all of those. Stand well. And now we'll just really pay attention, Pilates method, by keeping the pelvis neutral and steady. So don't lock the legs inside a kind of tree trunk, but essentially stand well and keep the headlamps of the pelvis facing forward. And we're going Cossack twist. So inhale, and as you exhale, turn left, just the thorax, and try to keep the eyes, nose, and breastbone in a kind of centered alignment. So you're not, it's not like you've whipped your head round to the left and your body hasn't followed. Soften the arms down a little bit, maybe make a bit more space. You can just touch the fingertips if that helps you. I'm going to try that on this second side. So nice inhale, exhale, and follow breath. Maybe you breathe out as you rotate the breath coming out of the mouth. Turning off, but have you noticed that the pelvis has come with you and the pelvis actually stays to the front? So if you notice that everything turned, that's okay, but that's not the Pilates methodology. That's you spiraling pelvis, ribs, and head. So let's get into a more concentrated body state, because the brain has to be really involved in the patterning of this. So keeping the pelvis forward but not locked. And as you exhale, turn your thorax. So as my ribs turn left, it's my left hip that sends itself forward or even to the right. So you get this oppositional action. Take care of this if you are prone to backache in the area between the rib cage and the pelvis. And sometimes the reason that you're suffering that backache is because you're not involving the whole spiralic action of the vertebrae. It's the thoracic zone that has the ability to rotate. So I'm hoping that you're practicing quite plenty of these. Even I find it quite useful to just isolate the head and the pelvis forward. So join me in this exploration, eyes forward, pelvis forward. Soften those shoulders. And then as you exhale, you're going to turn the ribs and the arms are kind of helping that feeling sense, almost like you've got a driving wheel here. And softening the knees a little bit, keeping the eyes and the pelvis forward. And that, if you're looking in a mirror, that can help you because you're actually finding that you see that the pelvis stays centered. And then let's just spiral more quickly. And then even separate the hands. You can make small fists. And can you turn your ribs faster? Can you hear that slight whooshy sound? And you know, I'm actually going pretty fast. I'm really embedding the feet. So feet are really strongly, four corners of feet connected to earth, toes spreading. Try not to lean forward. Please try not to lean back. Both, especially leaning back, will really, of course, contract your back muscles. Spiral away. You can always stop for a little breather and then go back to it. It's not uncommon. I just had a really strong vertebral click, like a kind of thwack, as if I undid a little bit of stuck space. Let's release that now. Shake it out. Inhale, exhale. Notice how you feel. Can you feel a little bit more space coming around the body? Let's bring the left fingers on top of the left shoulder. At least at this point, I might encourage you to take hold of heavy weights if you have them. Just going to pop that edge of the dumbbell onto my shoulder and then bring the upper arm in line with the collarbones. Inhale, exhale, and tip over to the right. So if you don't have weights, just imagine you've got this very heavy assist of the body here. So the weight draws you down, and then reach up and maybe reach over it. So at this point, especially if you're holding a weight up in the sky, try not to let that weight pull you off center. Eyes to horizon, pause, and then draw back. And we can try 6 more of those at speed, but not losing technique. So I'm going to inhale and exhale. And it's this right armpit to hip that contracts, and of course the belly muscles are drawn in strongly. Let's bring both arms up. Take a moment here. Inhale, exhale. Just feel strong enough to maintain these 2 powerful positions in the arms here, and the shoulder blades are down the back, and this is our goalpost arms. Bring the dumbbell to rest, and then left arm comes down. Breathe and feel your first reference move here. Try, of course, not to distort the head, faces forward. And then reach the right arm up or maybe over. And pause to notice. No rotation. So you're trying to really glue the back to the wall. Behind you, an imaginary wall. And then we're going to go over for 6. And 5. You'll be moving faster than me if you're not holding strong weights, I'm sure. 3, breathe, and 2, press, pull, reach, and press and pull down. 1, there's arms back again, and come out wide, into the cactus, or the goalpost arms. And we're just going to draw the arms back a bit, and then press up, so you get that double action of length, and we might even bring those legs in to V-stance to secure a stronger base, and then pull down. You can pull here, or you can go all the way into elbow slides or chicken wings. You can feel that sense. Sometimes the body pulls itself back, so keep shoulders stacked above hips, please. Inhale, exhale. Really, if necessary, slow it down. Exhale and really pull through resistance. Watch the neck, the throat. Let's try not to find that the neck muscles are straining. So you want to really sense the sensation of muscular energy coming into that shoulder girdle, the muscles of the shoulders, and really being matched by the pelvis and the center muscles as well. And 5, 6, 10 or 12, please. And then, of course, a breath of resting moment there. And that's really powerful into the upper back zone. And then coming down into the strength of the legs. Small plie, so this is almost like a skinny plie, and you can feel the gluteals starting to activate as you bend your knees. Remember, you don't want to lift the feet away, so that might even look a bit like this. And I notice in group class that when some people plie, they distort the body by collapsing, or they even thrust the pelvis forward. So as they bend the knees, they kind of lean back. So can you really check in and look out for that in your own practice, please? As you plie, you're sliding down a wall. So we're going inhale as we slide down wall, and then exhale, slip and hollow for 10, 9, 8, 7, squeeze, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Slightly stronger with arms overhead. 10, 9, 8, smile, 7, squeeze. So remember, it's the exhale as you draw up to the zip and hollow. Belly in and active abs. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Release if you have the arms overhead. Shake out those legs. And then stand in the middle or towards the back of the mat. Step your right foot forward, but keep the feet on two tram lines. And as you bend into the right knee, we are not surging forward so the knee passes over the toes. We're also going to lift the back foot and bend the back knee as well. And this can be quite strong or it can be mild. So if I go a little bit further, you want to feel the length on that left thigh. So we're coming up and moving down for 6, 5, 4, 3, and 2, and 1. And then land the feet, float the arms forward. As you exhale, find this length as you press the arms back. Inhale and exhale. Breathing in. And even though we're not balancing, with the legs in a split stance, it can feel as if you have to challenge your ability in the midline. So we've got 6 of these, or 8 or 10. Trying to really find that lengthening, coming back to center, and when you complete, step out and shake out. Give those arms another little circle. So, standing in a good upright stance, left foot steps forward, and you'll have to explore, according to the bones in your legs, what is the best distance between the ball of the back foot, foot of the front foot. As you stand, eyes to horizon, slide down a wall for 1, 2, keep the belly in, 3, and go for 6 or 8. You can always slow it down. You can always hold a chair or hold the wall beside you. It's in your interest to have really good kinetic chain of strength between the ankles, knees and hips. Stand tall when completed into those little Pilates lunges. And then we're going inhale. As we exhale, press arms back. There's kind of a lean, but not too far, weight pouring into that front foot. Inhale, exhale. If it's easier for you to stand here and stay strong in the lunge position, then that's also your other option. It's essentially really good for the back, body, as you find that extra powerful strength. Completing 6, 8 or 10. Keep going if you're still working through that one. And then release. Shake out. Shake out the hands as well. And then coming into your standing stance again. So from those beautiful arms, we're really vitalizing our legs as well today, I hope. And you're going to rise onto the balls of the feet a few times. And then we'll pattern the classical walking on the spot. So hands around those hips, keep steady. And as you slide up the wall, and it's really like a clip-clop action, this is the movement I always imagine and visualize the dressage horses, because it's really, really precise, and it makes me think about those extraordinary horses that have been trained to almost clip-clop like a ballerina, like a horsey ballerina. Once you've got those legs going and you feel confident and competent in your action, so remember, knees are tracking over the balls of the foot. My right knee's forward, so I'm going to raise the left arm. Remember, you can keep your weights for this, and your right arm moves back into shoulder extension. Actually, I'm going to hit the bar. So, hit the beam, I'm going to move. And then try not to wiggle all over the place. So it's how your feet meet the earth. And what happens in this one is that we move for a whole 2 minutes. So you've probably already done 30 seconds. Slide and glide. This is working through the hips, working into the shoulder line. And remember, your eyes are on the horizon and you can move much faster or much slower. It's a good idea to play around with the pace. And please note how well you can maintain that practice. Remember, it is a practice for the whole 2 minutes. Got about another 15 seconds or so. Your arms can come forward, but remember to really drive those arms back. You're going high up on the heels with this one, transitioning through that midline because it really helps to work through the foot, toes, and the ankle bones and joints. And then take a breather, finishing. Let's give the pelvis a little stir. And then coming into Pilates roll down. Spread the feet and toes, stack your body well. Shake out the head. Let the gaze come down. Pause here. Unlock your knees. Check that that pelvis is level. And then start hollowing and scooping. Probably you've done hundreds of roll downs with me. But remember, this is the roll down you're doing today, in this present moment, on a lovely sunny Thursday. So please let this roll down be the one that you are attending to. Once you've come all the way to earth, or to the blocks, give yourself a little shake out, drape more, maybe, and then scoot back and really pause at several points. Maybe pause when the hands are on your shin bones and have a look at the knees and see that they are tracking well, and also have a sense that the buttock bones and the tailbone is just starting to come heavy. So as you press through those even feet, scooping again, you might pause when your hands meet around the knees, let the tail come heavy again, and sense the thighs opening out. And really as well here, we'll feel as we pause here that the femur bones are centered within the pelvis. So you start to take good personal responsibility for your torso, stacking, and it's the head that floats up last. So in my personal opinion, a slow motion roll down, adding in 3 parts of exit is a very worthwhile practice to adopt. So add 1 more of those, please. Or, of course, if you're very comfortable, your back is very healthy, articulate for perhaps 3. But Joseph Pilates recommends we do 6 roll downs every morning, or at least every day. And remember, the other option is to support your body at the wall, to let your back rest on the wall and the buttocks rest on the wall, eyes to horizon, and then to peel down from there. And as the back slides, as the buttocks, I should say, slide up the wall, you know, that gives you another reference place for coming back to center. Okay, well done. Let's now spread the feet. So bring yourself into alignment along the back edge of your practice mat. Spread the feet possibly wider than your shoulders, and turn the feet out approximately 45 degrees. And we'll move into the wider angle plie, and then again tone the buttocks and notice this space coming through those groins. So we're going to squeeze up on the exhale. 10, 9, 8. Now remember that if your knees are surging over the toes to the left or to the right, you'll have to stand tall and reposition the feet so that those knees come out wide and not that you're bowing the back. Often in a plie wide, the tailbone and the bum sticks out. So can we keep this lovely open front? And even if your knees are bending just a small amount, in other words, you're not going all the way down here, some of you might be, then notice that. So small amount of bend, retaining that nourishment around the legs is important for us. So after 10, if you like warm-ups, float those arms forward. So feel almost that hugging tree element. Let's breathe in, widen, squeeze the scapulae, top of that in-breath, pause, exhale, hug. Staying here, inhale, exhale. 5, 4, 3, and 2, and 1, and then slowly exhale back and release those arms. Right hand on the thigh or hip, sweep the left arm overhead and slide to side opening. Exhale, and on the exhalation, toning through that midline again. Left hand to left thigh or hip. Inhale as you exhale, sliding to your side bend, to your best ability. Pausing for breath, pausing to feel sense, and then exhale, drawing back. Step your feet to your first position, which is Pilates standing in neutral. And as you inhale, exhale, step onto that left leg. So pull weight onto the left leg, floating the right knee. Hands can come out as if that lovely T-shape. You can even create some little movement to stay strong and to channel that power, full breath and energy. And then if you can, please take hold of the right foot and toes and just draw the foot behind you and lengthen the thigh, lengthening the right thigh, and then raising the left arm. Maybe bring the knees together. Stand tall and strong. Inhale, exhale. Holding steady. Midline is powerful. Lots of concentration. And then release. And shake that out. And you're aiming to stand steady for up to 30 seconds or beyond. Inhale, exhale, strong standing. Pull weight through your right leg. Contain that strong pelvis. Float that left knee up. Again, maybe some arm movements. Bring a couple of big morning sunrise arms in. Or could press those arms back. Inhale, exhale, soften. After 3 or 4 breaths, can you find left foot and draw the thigh in? And what you need here, if you've got your wall, you can use that to help you find again a pelvic neutral. Remember, if that knee comes forward, it's going to be in hip flexion. So you do want to find that the leg draws back enough and that you do not drop that pelvis. So sometimes people will drop. Can you see how if I drop, the right hip hikes up? So level off. And if you are balanced, well balanced, raise that right arm, steady length coming from the left hip down through the front of that left thigh. Partly because anytime we plie and bend the knees in practice, like those lunges, the front thighs can get quite strong. The muscles can contract. And I know that we're also contracting the centre and the gluteals, but we want to make sure those thighs find that beautiful length as well. We're going to finish with arm openings and rotation. And if you wish to, you might want to add in weights again. So standing tall, float those arms forward, shoulders down, lovely upright stance. Now as I open out my left arm, I'm going to stand first of all with the head and the pelvis facing forward, reach through the right, and then rotate everything open. Breathe and feel. To come back, I'm going to raise the left arm up overhead and scoop back to center. Let's try second side. Open out through your right side of chest. Keep the face and the hips forward. Inhale, exhale. Open out fully, rotating. Look behind you. And then bring the right arm up on the exhale, over like a wheel. And it turns and rotates and comes back to center. And let's go again. Let's inhale all the way open now. Exhale, flow through and back to the front line. Inhale, right arm all the way open. And exhale through. Let's find two more. Breathe in. Breathe out, return. Inhale. Exhale, return. And then bring those weights, if you're holding them, to rest into your belly center. Soften shoulders, close your eyes. Quiet reflection on all those lovely energetic responses that you feel when your body is in stillness. Maybe you feel even your heart rate. And thank you for joining me today for a standing Pilates practice. Have a super day today.